Pencils down. That's it. Pencils down. There it is. Pencils down. Pencils down. For the 345th time. How about that? And that's it. We're done. We can walk away, and we've done 345 episodes.
Yeah.
Like we could just
Stop right
say,
now.
Hey, I got shit to do. You got shit to do.
We've done 345 on to 346.
On to 346. Alt-right Cody is very busy, as we all know.
Yeah.
Doing alt-right things. He's getting Trump CNN town hall ready. He's
screening all the questions. It's
Do you hear the? I don't know how he's gonna. I don't know. Do you hear the news about Magic the Gathering's fundraising?
No.
I think so far her campaign, let's just say it's a couple $100,000 has been raised.
Yeah.
From her district.
Yeah.
How much you think came from her district? Of the, let's say it's $600,000. How much you think came from her district? $600,000.
$50.
$2,000 is it
From her district.
From her, and apparently it was between 6 people. So that's how much they like Magic the Gathering down there. So there we go. By the way, this is the Ramble podcast, Eddie. I don't know if you knew that. This is the Ramble. It's our podcast that we do.
Yeah.
Thrice a week. How's
thrice
that?
A week. So much.
Who has that work ethic? I don't know anyone else.
Not many people.
I don't know anyone else.
Not many people. No. Maybe Cody.
I know. Maybe Cody. Well, definitely Cody. But here's the bad news, Eddie.
Yeah.
I don't like doing this, but these fucking people.
Oh, these people.
These fucking people. We
people.
are deadlocked at 137 5-star reviews. And look, I'm happy that Ulster 97's fan is on top.
Me too.
But
I celebrate every champion we have.
Right. But it at this point, it's, I almost feel like, look, I don't know. I don't know if I should say anything.
Get it off your chest.
No, I don't know if I should. Eddie,
get it off your chest.
Eddie,
get it off your chest.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the green light.
You're trying to get healthy. You don't need negative vibes inside you. You need to get rid of the negative energy.
You're right.
Cleanse yourself. Get it off your chest.
I just don't know. Like, if it's just Ulster 97s and, like, Brian Hill constantly... I mean, I'll take it, but it's almost like, I got to watch Steph and LeBron in the playoffs again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Another Steph and Lebron playoff matchup.
I
get it. They're both the two of the best who's ever done it. So you can't.
It's like 10 years ago when it was, or 15 years ago, it was the Colts and Patriots.
Just Manning and Brady again.
Manning Brady again.
Here we go again.
We don't need this again.
Do we need this one more time? I mean, I don't know. Imagine being an AFC East person in the 90s, like Buffalo again.
Buffalo.
You know what I mean? Here we go again with Buffalo.
Something new.
Doesn't
take away from the greatness that was Buffalo and what they accomplished.
No, it doesn't. And you know what else? It doesn't take away from the greatness of this Boston Celtics from the 60s.
No.
But, I mean, that's like a decade of nobody else winning but them.
Right. Or in the 80s when it was Lakers Celtics. Lakers Celtics. Okay, all right.
Right, we get it. 90s, it was all Bulls. It's okay. And we're not saying that Ulster 97's fan and Born to Run Anthony Flores and Brian Hill, aka Seahawks fan 87. We don't discount what they've done for the game. Does that make sense?
They've elevated the game. Mm-hmm. But maybe we get a Houston Rockets in there, just some Akeem Olajuwon,
right?
Just a little bit.
Look, let the dream come in.
I
got bad news.
Oh, what?
We got the good news. We got a lot of emails this week.
Oh, that's good. So there are active listeners.
Yeah, the bad news.
Yeah.
None from Owen Edmonds.
Oh no.
None.
Oh no. Oh no.
Not one.
Oh. I mean, we can't afford to be turning off listeners.
I know. Nary a peep.
From Owen Edmonds.
Owen Edmonds. But
I'm sorry.
You can email. Do you know you can email us, Eddie? Ramble@theramblepod.com. We're on Twitter @pop. But anyway, these fucking people, please 5-star rating, positive text review.
And
that's all we're asking.
A little thing out to Owen Edmonds.
Yeah.
we do this show off the cuff. Like
Mirth.
we're barely planned. Not hardly anything's planned out.
Ever?
Ever
I don't
really?
think the only thing, look, I'm going to just say this with all truth. The only thing we plan out are what the lists are,
Yeah.
not even what our choices
Right.
are going to be.
Right.
What the Hall of Fame hat, open, close, encore, and top 5 are going to be. And
Right.
the only other thing we've ever planned out are what movies are we going to watch for Good Willow Hunting when we did it,
Yeah.
and hopefully when we do it again. And even that was like a day before. Hey, Cody, will you watch this real quick?
It's all by the seat of our pants. And that being
Yeah.
said, even the
Yeah.
stuff we do plan out, like last week's top 5, when we had you had a whole different top 5 plan, and then all of a sudden we just go, you know what?
Complete
let's do-
albums instead of what I was going to do. And then we had a whole nother, we were going to do Alan Parsons Project.
Right.
And then Eddie suggested Uncle play the open close encore of the Uncle playlist.
But that was just off the cuff, not planned out,
Uncle
not
Barry.
trying to offend anybody, not trying to upset anyone.
No.
It was just in the moment I thought it was funny, and that's what we went with.
And how could we say no?
And how
at
could you
that
say
point?
no? So
But
no
so there
offense
we go.
intended
Yes, none intended.
to Owen Edmonds
And Owen, you could, and maybe as an
and
olive
Edmonds
branch,
family.
and the Edmonds family as an olive
Yeah.
branch. Owen, maybe you could subscribe to our podcast. On YouTube at the Ramble Tube, our YouTube
Yeah,
page,
there you go.
our Instagram at Podcast Ramble, Twitter at Podcast Ramble 1, our T Public store, which might soon be a different one. We don't
Maybe
know
I don't know.
if Homeboy can.
I did
you
my
know,
job like a year and a half
A
ago.
year, 2
So,
years,
2 years ago.
Jesus, I didn't know I had cancer when you did your job.
Right.
Let's can we just say that?
Right. You've gone through the battle of cancer.
And he can't put one Butler showdown up.
And he can't put a Butler showdown, and he can't upload a single image to another website.
For a T-shirt.
But he can boink MTG all night long.
All day long.
He can have Huckabee drop turds on his chest, but he can't be bothered
Can't
to
do that.
set up a T-shirt account.
Can't do
No.
that, can he? Well, since he's not here, let's pretend you hear our amazing theme song.
Yeah.
You ready? And all right, are we ready?
Let's do it.
Slow ride, take it easy. Slow ride, take it easy. I'm in the mood. The rhythm is right. Move to the music. We can roll all night. Slow ride, take it easy. There we go. Is that the best song about boinking anally ever written?
Probably.
Or
Is there another song about boinking
Well,
anally?
rest in peace, Gordon Lightfoot, but I thought the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald had some undertones.
Oh, maybe.
I thought it might have had some
Maybe.
anal sex.
It might have had
undertones.
some. Yeah.
Rest in, we'll never know now because we lost the great Gordon Lightfoot.
We'll
so
never-
we can't.
yeah.
We will never ask him. But
We could just listen to his works and
yes,
assume.
yes. Do we do a
assume.
Gordon Light? See, here's another off the cuff. Do we do Gordon Lightfoot open close encore? He just passed away, for crying out
We
loud.
probably should. We probably should.
So there it is. There. See, you see, Owen. I promise it was. It's never.
Never intentional.
No.
It's just off the cuff. What we think is funny in the moment.
That's it. God. So we don't ever mean offense. We don't ever mean. Where's Sundown going for you? Is that making your list? Sundown in a do-do-do-do.
Maybe.
That's a fucking jam.
Maybe.
Sundown in a that's a fucking that's an all-timer right there. The late great Gordon Lightfoot. We have an email. Gary Rickelman. What Ricks?
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 Ricks? Man?
Ricks, man, Ricks,
Ricks? Man?
Ricks.
What's up, Ricks? Hey, Ricks.
Ricks, what do you think, Ricks? Ricks, what's your take, Ricks?
Ricks?
I don't know if I should read this, given the title of his email.
Okay, what's the title?
Andrea was right.
Oh, yeah, let's pass.
Do we skip?
I think we skip.
Just moving on. A little late for this, but the whole throwing out the plates deal. Once came home from work around 1 a.m., had a box of Joe's I'd bought on eBay waiting for me. I
Oh.
opened it and got distracted doing something else and didn't dig into it and fell asleep. My
Oh no.
roommate wakes up in the morning. I
Oh
can't. No, I don't. I
no.
should have skipped
Don't
this
read
for
this. I
worse
don't want to hear
reasons.
this. This
My
is
roommate
awful.
wakes up in the morning, sees this open box with just a bunch of packing peanuts in it. She assumes it's garbage, takes it to the chute, and dumps it.
Oh.
It's gonna get it. You know what? It's gonna get worse.
No, I don't.
There was 8 carded figures in the box. I wake up, didn't even think about it. I see a rogue peanut clinging to the couch and look for my box. I ask, where's the box that was on the table? And the roommate is like, oh, I threw it out. It was just peanuts. And I asked, did you take the stuff out of it and see what stuff? To which I screamed. I wasn't able to retrieve my figures. You opened an old wound I thought was over. Turns out I'm not over it, so suck a lemon. That's on me. All right, that's on me. That hurts.
That
hurts.
Oh man.
That reminds me of I think a person we both knew who had a massive collection of Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
That they had to sell for their fiance. Their fiance made them sell their
It was
passion.
like almost like the real life 40-year-old virgin.
Right. Made him sell, and Eddie, I'm sure they lived happily ever after.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there was
when you have to
never
make compromises like that at the beginning of a relationship, it's smooth sailing after that. That's never a harbinger for bad things to come.
No. I'm sure it was just happiness ever after. I'm in the mood. The rhythm is right. All right, anyway. Slow ride. Take it easy. All right, so Brian Hill, greetings, fellow Ramblers. This is Brian Hill, a.k.a. Seahawks Fan 87. Listening to the ramble about rock Christian music, there are bands like POD, Demon Hunter, Skillet. Glad I was here to help. Go Hawks. There we go. All right.
Thanks. Thanks, Brian Hill.
I'll never listen to a second of their music.
Me either, but
I'm glad to know they're out there.
I'm glad Ramblers have information they can empower others with knowledge.
That's what matters.
That's what matters.
Damian Bottriell. Bats. What up, Ramblers? It's Damian Bottriell here for something rarer than a palindrome episode. Do we call 345 a sequential? Oh my God, he's right.
Wow.
That sort of thing only pops up every 111 episodes.
We're not going to have another one until 456, right?
Yeah.
345?
Yeah.
456? Wow. We're in rarefied air right now.
This is wow.
Our last one was 234.
234. You don't say.
Wow. I wish we had known. I would have worn a hat.
Something. Bots, thank you for that.
I would have put something on. Oh, I'll put a hat on. Here we go.
There you go. Okay. There it is. There it is.
Now
we're
345 hat.
Now we get it. He says, I'd first like to address some controversy. Last week, Rambler Sean Williams in an email appeared to give himself a nickname. A few days prior to the episode, in a private conversation where we discussed other Ramblers having nicknames like the American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, I suggested that Sean would be the Heartbreak Kid, Sean Williams. I apologize for not running this up to the proper channels of Ramble Corporate and for any trouble this has caused. That was not my intent. It's okay.
It's okay.
We're not mad at anybody.
Not mad at anybody.
Not bad at anyone.
No.
It's time for the listener hat, Eddie. Sneaker. Woo. Ooh. So, Joshua Snides. Dear Ramble, Hall of Fame hat sneaker, the Jordan 3. It's the first Tinker Hatfield design, which set off the decade of sneakerhead mania, which is good and bad. Special mention to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's Adidas, which helped expand beyond the ubiquitous Chuck Taylors. Colin Maxis. Hi, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. Hope everything is doing well. My submissions for this week are the Hall of Fame is the Reebok Classic.
It was a classic. The high top Reebok Classic.
That was a great one.
That was the shoe everybody had in 1987.
It was.
Everyone had that shoe.
Everyone had that Reebok. Graham and Faye, greetings from the Great White North, fellow Ramblers. Dumpster diving for kitchenware. I think Jerry just found the name for his next comedy album. Maybe. Also, the Ramble needs more of the eviler commish, Andrea. Oh.
She might be the one who actually pulls the strings.
You think, huh? By the way, as a new Zelda game approaches, has Jerry stocked up on rations of Doritos and Mountain Dew for his upcoming Tears of the Kingdom bender? Oh, I'm fucking ready. I am ready.
He's going to give himself more cancer.
Yes, I'm going to triple it with this. Graham, what sneaker? I can't say I really got bitten by the sneaker craze bug. Nike, Reebok, Converse. I may have had the odd shoe, but it was never really an intentional thing for me. I typically will only have one pair of shoes, boots, and they're worn until they die and need to be replaced.
Sure.
I'm certainly not putting them on the same shelf as Transformers and G.I. Joes. I think the closest I got to hyped footwear was my pair of silver moon boots in kindergarten because 5-year-old me thought it was an astronaut. I like it. That being said, one of my coworkers, Jared, has a pair of the Homer Nikes. Very nice in his Mega Simpsons collection.
Nice.
He has a suggestion for Goodwill Punting Millennial Falcon. Well, I've not done one of these in a while. Perhaps unlike the usual 80s low-budget masterpieces we send Cody's way, has Captain Day Baseball seen the British thriller Shallow Grave from 1994. Absolutely one of my favorite roles by Ewan McGregor, hands down one of the best movie endings of all time. In a stroke of luck, my friends and I went to see Pulp Fiction at its midnight premiere here at the PEG many moons ago, and the theater ended up doing a surprise double feature, Shallow Grave and Pulp Fiction back to back. We didn't get home until 4 a.m.-ish. Good times. That sounds like fun. That sounds like damned fun.
Yeah.
Gemma? Gems?
Gems.
Hey, Jerry, Eddie, and Cody. Cody, was lovely to hear you again on episode 344. Hopefully here again this week. We'll see.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's been a few
He's
weeks.
balls
since
deep
I've
in
sent
MTG right now.
Balls deep. Sorry, it's been a few weeks since I sent in my answers. My work life exploded. Sadly, not really. And to say I've been exhausted is an understatement. But I guess life happens, and I've still been listening religiously. That's fine.
Oh,
Don't worry.
thanks, James.
Thank you. Now I was going to make a comment of excuse me. I think you'll find I'm the UK champion. But after Owen's Uncle Barry story, he can have the title.
Look at that.
Look at what a...
She's pulling an Andre the Giant and giving it to the $1 million man.
Right, just giving it. Just here it is. Hat, you call them sneakers. We in the UK call them trainers. My choice would be the Converse, especially with all the funky designs and different styles. I love them. Michael Miller. Get better, Michael. Fight that cancer, baby.
Fight. Michael, fight.
Chuck Converse All-Stars, a.k.a. the Converse Chuck Taylors. That's what it is. Converse All-Stars, Chuck Taylors. Those are great. Anthony Flores, Eddie, Jerry, maybe Cody, mi gente. Hey there, fellas. Firstly, we're post-draft. Might as well face it. Those darn Philadelphia Bulldogs are going to be a nightmare to deal with. Secondly, I laughed so much at Uncle Barry last week, I had to pull over and let the laughing pass. Bravo. Sorry, Owen. When it comes to shoes, I'm an Adidas superstar kind of guy, but I have to put my bias aside and nominate the Chuck Taylors for this week. Iconic for decades. It's the shoe. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs, Jordan 1s. Damian Bottriell, Chuck Taylor All-Stars from Converse. Bats. Eddie, what was your Hall of Fame sneaker?
Again, not my favorite sneaker. Not the sneaker I have a pair, or I had a pair when I was younger, but not the shoe that I loved wearing.
Right.
Not the shoe I'm not even a sneaker person anyway. But I would have to go with just the Chuck Taylor, just because of its simple design with the rubber tip, and then you got the little circle logo on the ankle.
Brilliant.
I mean, when you draw a cartoon and you put sneakers on them,
it's a Chuck.
That's the Chuck Taylor. That's the most identifiable sneaker you can have. So I went with Chuck Taylor for Hall of Fame.
And that is, you basically have said why I also went with the Chuck Taylors. Yeah. It's that. What else? I mean, come on.
It's the most identifiable looking sneaker.
I mean, the Jordan 1s changed the world.
Yeah.
But if you want to say the Jordan 1s were the Beatles, Chuck Taylor were like Little Richard or Elvis. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
if you draw a shoe and just put that circle on the ankle, Chuck Taylor.
Chuck Taylor.
You draw a sneaker and put a Nike swoosh, that could be any Nike.
Sued.
Like you're getting sued, but that could be 17 different kinds of Nikes.
Right.
There's one Chuck Taylor.
For Ramble 346, the king of rock and roll himself, speaking of, what Elvis song goes on the Hall of Fame hat? How about that, huh? Oh. What Elvis song? Open, close, encore, Uncle Barry. Joshua Snides, he goes, you open with the police don't stand so close to me. You close with Barry Madonna as Into the Night. You encore Ted Nugent jailbait. He literally took a page from creepy Woody Allen's book and just lays an unapologetically pervy ways out to the world. Mags, you open with Young Girl. Like Gary fucking in the Union Gap. Cherry Pie by Warrant, and a medley. The Encore is Paradise with the Dashboard Life by Meatloaf. Encore Dry Your Eyes Mate by The Streets, and Divorce by Tammy Wynette medley. Graham and Faye, he went with the original choice, the Alan Parsons Project. For some reason, my foggy memory seems to think we may have already done Alan Parsons. Or maybe it was another prog rock list. Well, Dr. Evil presents the Alan Parsons Project. It was not. We called an audible, but that's okay. Prelude is I, Robot. Open is Don't Answer Me. Close Breakdown. Encore, Eye in the Sky. Dawn with Mamma Gammon. Why the hell not? Emerson, Lake, and Palmer saunter onto the stage and play the crowd off with Carnival 9. You got to see this show. It's a dynamo. Gemma from the Talking Codswallop podcast. Gems? Uncle Barry. Opens, It Smells Like Teen Spirit. Close, It Has to Be Beth. It has to be. You Encore, Teenage Dirtbag, followed by Push It Real Good, Explosion.
Ooh.
Teenage Dirty Bag. All right, so Michael Miller, Uncle Barry.
Mills.
Sorry, I'm going to have to sit this now because I don't know what the hell that is. Well, I bet you're getting I bet the pieces are kind of being connected here for you. The dots here are being connected. The pieces are falling into place. Anthony, Born to Run Floor, an open-close encore like no other before. Uncle Barry's middle-aged dad with his band the band has booked the local bar. It's a hot Wednesday afternoon. They open with the creepiest song ever. Gary fucking Puckett's "Young Girl, Get Out of My Mind." Then he closes with Straight Cat Blues by the Stones. The line, "I can see that you're 15 years old. No, I don't want your ID," cements it. He encores with MAGA King Ted Nugent's Jailbait. Well, I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. Yikes. The American Dream, Dustin Jacobs. Uncle who? Pass. Dustin.
American Dream.
Damien Bottriell, you opened with the Beatles. I saw her standing there with the lyric, "Well, she was just 17. You close with Eddie's favorite band, Christine 16 by Kiss. Yeah. You encore Young Girl by Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. So, what was yours, Eddie?
I'm going to open with "Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon."
Great.
By Neil Diamond.
Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
And then, of course, "Young Girl."
Gary Puckett.
Yeah,
Young
Gary Puckett.
Girl, get out of my mind.
And then I think I'm going to close with Johnny Barrett's "You're 16, You're Beautiful."
That's my opener.
And You're Mine.
You come on like a dream, peaches and cream.
You're 16, you're beautiful.
You're beautiful, and you're mine.
Uncle Barry.
I then have him close with the Crests come out on stage. 16 candles. Oh. And then the encore, what else could it be but Gary Puckett and the Union Gap? Young girl, get out of my mind. Oh. Ramble 346, Owen's family is off the hook. It's just going to be Gordon Lightfoot, open, close, encore. May he rest in peace. I'm reading books. I'm playing video games. Bring your pussy over here. We're reading books and playing games. Joshua Snyder, haven't had time to read much lately, but the to-read pile is growing. As for games, Metroid Prime Remaster's been a really good one. I'm about a third of the way through, trying to beat it before May 12th. Then all bets are off. Fuck yeah, that's Zelda Day, baby. I'm with you. Graham and Faye, dang it all to hell. Why do I do this to myself? I refreshed my main gaming PC, and while I was reinstalling Steam, I noticed there's a game update in my list. Sadly, I made the mistake of reinstalling the updated version of Broforce. Now with even more bros, more levels, and more mayhem, and that cost me a good chunk of weekend time grounding out the main campaign and its retro 16-bit goodness. Ooh. The Retro Roaches should definitely do a week of episodes playing through the main campaign. I know, I have that game on order. It's going to get here soon. I feel like there's a whole lot of Ramble comedy gold there. Current list of playable in-game bros: Rambro, Bromando, B.A. Baracus, Bradell Walker, Brohard, McBrover, Eddie can get his MacGruber fix, Broblade, Bro Dread, Bro in Black, Snake Broskin, Brominator, Brobocop, Indiana Brones, Ash Broliums, Mr. Anderbro, the Boondock Bros, Brochetti, Bronan the Brobarian, Ellen Ribropri, Time Bro, Broniversal Soldier, Colonel James Brodock, Cherry Broling, Bromax the Brode, Double Bro 7, the Brodator, the Broketeer, Broheart, the Professional, Broden, the Brolander, Dirty Broery, Tank Bro, and Broly. And I see that instead of Bro Force 2, the developer decided to do just one more mega upcoming update to the game. Tons more bros, tons more missions. Looks like I'll lose more time in the future to this silly little gem. Michael Miller, currently just trying to read and more importantly understand all the literature they send home with me from my cancer hospital. Who knew there'd be this much homework involved with chemotherapy, immunotherapy, huh? Dude, it's fucking insane. I'm with you. You're going to fight this. Keep fighting it. You're going to beat this. Keep fighting it. Keep beating it, man. Anthony Flores currently killing demons with style in Devil May Cry 5. And I'm getting ready to dive into Jedi Survivor next. As for shows, I just finished Poker Face. Highly recommend it. Natasha Lyonne is fantastic in it, and so it's so well written. Damian Bottriell, Bots, just started playing the new Jedi Survivor game, so probably won't be reading anything for the next couple of weeks. I'll skip the top 5 as I think I could spend hours trying to make that list. I'm already pushing for time as it is. See you all next week, Damian Bottriell. I'm currently playing through the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion for the DLC. It's fucking amazing. It might be my favorite Xenoblade game ever so far. Still doing Octopath Traveler 2, God of War, Horizon Forbidden West. None of it matters on the 12th because it's going to be all Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's it.
Okay.
And I'm reading right now Slumberland, which is a great book. But I forgot. Hold on.
What?
I can't just
What?
give it without forgetting the author's fucking name. You know? You know what I'm saying? Paul Beatty. There it is. Slumberland. Okay. By Paul Beatty. There we go. Sorry, Eddie. What are you reading? Playing anything?
We just got Jedi Survivor the other night, so Colt and I are playing. We just cracked that open. We're starting to play that. It's fucking. They give you a nice, beautiful recap of the first game at the beginning.
Nice.
And it starts off great. I mean, Colton played the first level, and it's very reminiscent. He was making comparisons to sort of Arkham Asylum at the beginning, where you're walking the Joker through, because apparently all the cutscenes are part of the game, so it's a smooth transition from the cutscene into the game.
Yep.
So it's a beautiful game. I mean, we're still on Coruscant doing a mission, but it's fucking incredible.
That's great.
And you like the opening shot, you see the Jedi Temple, but with all the Imperial banners hanging on it.
Nice.
Pretty
nice.
Cool.
That's cool. So hype is to be believed with this.
So far, I mean, I know they said it was pretty buggy, but I haven't really experienced any of that in the first couple hours of playing.
But all the reviews are saying it's one of the best Star Wars game, if not the best Star Wars video game ever made.
It's pretty dope so far.
Yeah, that's great.
And yeah, you can when you're swiping stormtroopers, arms are flying off and shit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Top 5 time. We're here, Eddie. It's gonna be a quicker ramble. It's all right though. Joshua Snyder. Top 5 best complete albums. He starts with Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Number 4, Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Number 3, Metallica, The Black Album. Number 2, Carole King, Tapestry. Number 1, Prince, Purple Rain. Honorable mention to the Beastie Boys, Ill Communication. So many great tracks, but a few too many filler to make the list. Also, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Man, another week where a top 10 would have made it way easier. Thanks as always, guys. You're a key part of the Balance Week. Thank you. P.S. The Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam knockoff comments are unjustified. Curse Seattle, grunge snobbery, and David Spade for that. I'd say STP were in the middle of grunge rankings, even though I'm not on the full grunge band, yet one of the best rock bands of the era. And to make up for this, let's have next week's top 5 be Stone Temple Pilots songs. How about that? We'll give Stone Temple Pilots some love here. Do that. Top 5 STP songs. Colin Maggs, Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix, The Black Album by Metallica, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, and number 1, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. That's all for me. Take care, everyone, from Colin Big Dick, long-loving Superman Mags. Well, if we give our own nicknames, gotta go big. Colin Big Dick, long-loving Superman Mags.
Wow. Again, you can't give yourself your own nickname, but... Way to shoot your shot. Way
to shoot that shot. Graham and Fate. I guess after further thought, this will be heavily biased on each individual's musical jams. That's what makes these somewhat broad stroke top 5s even more interesting. I always look forward to treating everyone's list as something I either need to listen to or listen to again. So for me, these albums have stood the test of time, and I can always listen to these albums from start to finish. My brain literally hears them as one track now. They never get old. Number 5, 10 by Pearl Jam. Number 4, The Black Crowes, Southern Harmony Musical Companion. Number 3, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. Number 2, Rush Moving Pictures. And number 1, and Bob and Doug McKenzie's The Great White North. Who wants to play Beer Hunter, you hosers? Eh? I love it. Goddamn Strange Brew, baby. P.S. F Cancer, Ramble Off, Graham and Faye, Winnipeg. Hey, fuck yeah. Give Faye our best as always, Faye. If you're listening, you got this. You and Michael Miller fight this shit. Gemma, top 5. Gems? Sponge, the story so far. These are a British ska band. The songs are all upbeat lyrics, funny. Fall Out Boy, Infinity on High. I love Fall Out Boy. They're such a happy, bouncy band to cheer me up when I'm feeling blue. Tool, all the albums. I know you guys don't like Tool. Who said I didn't like Tool?
Who said we didn't like Tool?
Didn't
Did
like
we ever?
Tool.
Did we bash Tool at some point?
When have we bad? Love Tool.
I don't know.
But I love them and appreciate their experimental rock. I'm a huge Tool fan. Slipknot, Antennas to Hell. Although
is he a Tool for saying we don't like Tool?
Is Gemma?
Is Gems a Tool for saying we don't like Tool?
Gems? I love listening to all the live recordings as well as their hits. I'm a diehard fan of Slipknot. Number 1, Metallica, Master of Puppets. I love every song on this album. It's the only album I can listen to without skipping a song. Happy to be back, supplying my answers again. Lots of love. Fuck cancer, Gemma.
Love to
laugh.
cancer.
Check out the Talking Codswallop podcast. Go check it out. Michael Miller. Mills. Honorable mention to Not Richard But Dick by the Dead Milkman and Purple Rain by Prince of the Revolution. He has Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister. Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper. Disintegration by The Cure. Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche. And number 1, The Hurting by Tears for Fears. Okay, that's all I got. Sorry for the bummer email. You're fine. Beat this cancer. Hopefully in a bit of better headspace next Ramble. Until then, take care, everyone. Love you guys. Michael S. Miller.
We're here. Dump on us. We're fine.
Anthony Flores, this top 5 was brutal. Well, I have more than just 5 albums. I think
it's hard. It was a hard top 5.
I know. These are the first 5 that come to mind. At 5 is Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. 4 have Abbey Road by the Beatles. At 3 I have The Stones, Exile on Main Street. 2 I have U2's Octung Baby, and 1 I'm cheating and saying Springsteen's Born to Run. From Born to Run in 75 to Tunnel of Love in 87, 6 complete albums in a row. Keep rambling, boys. Thanks for getting all of us put on a list with that Uncle Barry over close encore. Anytime.
Sorry, Owen.
Sorry, Owen.
So sorry, Owen.
The American Dream, Dustin Jacob, Michael Jackson's Thrillers, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. Number 3, The Black Album, either Metallica or Jay-Z. Number 2, The Beatles, Let It Be. And number 1, Nirvana, Nevermind. My number 5, Eddie, I went with Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. What was your number 5?
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Bush, 16 Stone.
I couldn't do honorable mention or we'd be here all day.
I know. I just try to think of albums that I can completely I don't think there's a miss on the album. Not saying they're all great songs, but there's not a miss.
Not a miss.
And Bush, 16 Stone, for a debut album, is a pretty solid top to bottom album.
Not bad. The most recent I go on my albums is 1982. That's how
most of mine are
in the past I am.
Most of mine are fairly recent. Number 5, my number 5, The Wall by Pink Floyd.
All right, that's a great one. My number 4, Willie Nelson, The Red-Headed Stranger.
Ooh, okay. And my number 4 is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
That's my number 3.
Ooh, okay.
Michael Jackson's Thriller. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Born in the USA by The Boss.
The Boss. My number 2, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here.
Okay. My number 2 is 10 by Pearl Jam.
10 by Pearl Jam. My number 1, what else could it be for me? The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What was your number 1?
Verse by Pearl Jam.
Verse by Pearl. Oh, wow. You take Verses over.
Yeah.
Over
10.
I
mean, they're both solid albums, but Verse was just.
I don't know if I could pick that one, dude. I don't know if I could pick a winner.
Between 10 and Verse?
No, I don't think I can. Jesus.
I don't know.
I might. You're right. Vitalogy has a few.
There's a couple misses in Vitalogy.
But
some of their best songs they've ever created are on Vitalogy.
Yeah, they really are.
But top to bottom, it's not.
Right.
It's not from song 1 to song 14 or whatever. It's not solid. Not like Verse and 10.
Don't you think No Code is criminally underrated?
Yes. And Binaural never should have been made. Wow. Binaural is an awful album.
Shots fired!
I love Pearl Jam, but that album sucks. There's like 2 good songs. There's 2 good songs on that album.
Wow. Well, there we go. Look at that. Eddie, we can't top that. We're closing on that. That's Ramble 345. Next, Ramble. What is going to go on the Elvis song Hall of Fame hat? What would the late, great Gordon Lightfoot open, close, and encore with? And then top 5 Stone Temple Pilots songs. Does anybody know how the story really goes? There we go. All right. We love you guys. You know where to find us. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time, everyone.